Hey guys, if you're watching yet, I haven't pulled it up over here on the screen to see if anyone's watching. Let's see if anyone is here yet. Here's the live stream, pulling it up right now. And it doesn't say yet.
It's just us. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the live stream.
Welcome to the live stream, everybody who's not watching.
Or who is watching later.
Oh, it says one watching. Oh, that's us. That's us. Never mind.
That might be me,
We're watching ourselves. That is, no, it's not you.
That is now.
It's
He was
now.
about to say two.
Should.
Oh,
or turn it down.
Except it's fine.
Oh, this is one watching. Oh, that's us. Share that on Facebook so my friends can watch if they'd like. Because that's what I do.
That's what you do.
Let's see here. Oh, no, Facebook already did. YouTube. There it is.
There it is.
Couldn't find YouTube out for a second. And there you are. Now we're both watching. Ah, moi friend, I need some pizza. What's up, man?
What's up, Mua friend?
We got our delicious pizza, which isn't, the most delicious around, but we got a Little Caesars, $5 a pie. I don't know if they have that where you guys are. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab this live stream and share it.
But welcome, Mua friend. If you were here, we'd share our pizza with you. So,
That's true.
it's become kind of our live stream tradition to have pizza on live
We should do wings next week instead. Or next time, 2 weeks from now.
I'm doing it this weekend. My kid's birthday is this weekend.
Yeah, Andrew and... Well, Simon's is actually this weekend, and Andrew's 5 days afterwards, right?
We're doing both over the weekend.
But you're doing both together.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I'm going to share this on here. Yeah, sorry, moi friend.
So, while I was editing today, you were at work, I was editing.
Yep.
I took a lunch break. I was flipping through my news feed, right?
Yeah.
And, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll pull it up. They think they might have found what happened to Amelia Earhart.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, let me find the guy's name here real quick. Give me 2 seconds. His name is Sean Henry. He's a former executive assistant director at the FBI.
Okay.
And he partnered up with the History Channel. Hey, how you doing, Anklesbane? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Anklesbane, how you doing?
So he's formerly a co-director of the FBI.
Okay.
And he partnered up with History Channel, and they were looking for Amelia Earhart, right?
Yeah.
And they found a photo that has been that got misfiled, right? And
Yeah.
it shows a woman sitting on a dock.
Uh-huh.
In just 2 seconds here.
You have it there.
I actually have it pulled up here. There's the photo.
Okay.
See, it's like right here. This woman sitting on the dock.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there she is, right there.
Okay.
Close up. They say that's probably Amelia Earhart.
Really?
And there's a man standing off the side, and that was probably her navigator. What they think happened is
Doing good. Glad to hear it.
glad to hear it. They think that she crashed in the Marshall Islands area, and at the time, the United States sent out all kinds of search parties. It was the biggest search party ever in history up to that point. But they weren't allowed to search around the Marshall Islands. It was 1939, just before World War II, right? It was only 2 years later the Japanese would bomb Pearl Harbor. The Japanese owned the Marshall Island area, and they wouldn't let anybody search. So
3 years later.
This guy in the History Channel, they posit that she crashed. She and her navigator crashed in the Marshall Island area, and that they were captured by the Japanese, who mistaken for spies, probably, or they thought they were spies. And he said that the theory is, their theory is anyway. The History Channel, Sean. I was going to say Sean Mullins. That's a singer.
Sean Mullins.
Sean Henry posits that they knew.
That's right. That's right, my friend.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not mistaken.
They posit that our government knew about it and ignored it to avoid war. To avoid a war, they knew that she'd crashed and they were covering up essentially.
Very interesting.
So super interesting. It's a documentary that's going to be on History Channel coming up here soon.
Oh, wow.
They also went to an island. They found scraps of aluminum. That when they dated and they looked at the type of aluminum it was and everything,
it makes sense to me. Hers.
Well, they said it was the same type of aluminum that would be on her Lockheed plane. So super interesting. I was just reading that today. So guys, go check it out. Go look at the photo. It is super interesting. Go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was your day? You went to work while I was editing
I went
today.
to my new job. For those of you who don't know, well, actually, we haven't talked about it on the show at all yet.
No.
I do have now 2 jobs, aside from the show. I do still work at Kroger, but I also work at a local music store, which I wanted to do for a long time. And they like, hey, you want a job? I'm like, yes, I'll take a job. So, I took a job, and it's really great. It's really fun.
So now I'm taking up some more of the editing. We are looking at this time to bring in a third person.
Mm-hmm.
And my eldest son, you're going to be seeing more of him in the weeks to come, probably, because he's learning the ropes, and he'll be coming on. The show that's coming out this week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have my son as a host, taking your slot for one episode.
Yep.
So
that's good because I especially because it's a holiday week. These coming episodes, the Friday this week, and then the episodes next week will be a little different because I had to work a bunch of extra hours this week at Kroger, and I at least had to, because I'm new there. I do actually have to get hours at CA House, so they kind of
in the frame.
You are now in frame. I wasn't paying attention. That's sorry.
I was just like two-face it, maybe just.
If you didn't notice this week, I am not a glowing angel of God. I put a Coca-Cola sign in the window there so that I'm not actually glowing now. Pepsi, 99 cents at one time. A 16-ounce was only 99 cents. I guess the tall bottle. I don't know. I don't even remember where this came from. I have it now, and that's going to block the window there so we can actually not be glowing bright. I'll actually give you a little bit more. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
There you go, Mike.
Thanks for sharing the spotlight.
You're welcome. But yes, I am. Andrew is going to be helping us on the show now, in editing and filming, all that stuff.
So you'll probably be seeing some new faces down the line. I don't know.
We hope so.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We are right now in talks, and we're looking at pulling on a third person. So here in the future, you guys may be seeing a third person that will probably be our
That could be bad.
probably be our go-between person if I'm out or if Eli's out.
Yeah.
So things to look forward to in the future.
So, how are you guys all doing today, by the way? I mean, obviously Anglesbane is... Oh, Anglesbane did say something about it. Oh, question, did you all watch the video I mentioned last time? Which one was that, Josh, that he had mentioned?
Was it the Estrella Wars? We had like 3 or 4 written down.
Yeah, we had a couple written down.
Did you what? There it is.
Oh, the 13 from Australia Wars. Yeah, we did check that out. That's actually some pretty cool stuff. Give me a second here. Sam is calling me. I'm going to say no, so I can't.
I think we just got to get our live stream.
Oh no, it's still on.
Oh, it's on.
There we
okay.
go. Sam called me, and it also calls on my computer because I have an iPhone and an iMac. So he was calling me, and it just slid it off. We did not get kicked off. Sorry. But yes, Drakenvade. Drakenvald. I don't think we had that written down. Yeah, we didn't write down Drakenvald from last time.
I think you... Yeah, no, okay, wait a second. Get that written down.
I do have a Stray Wars. Yeah, I'll write that down. We'll have to check that out, too.
I thought we had that written down.
I didn't have Drakenvald written down from last time. I'm sorry.
As for you, Milah friend, yes, we actually have planned coming up here probably the next month or two. We're looking at doing a big test cutting video where we're going to pull in my wife, we're going to pull in my eldest son, my sword fighting partner, and we're going to cut a bunch of stuff with a bunch of different swords, a bunch of different materials. It should be a good time. So be on the lookout for that video here in the future. I'd like to see it happen in August, but it may not happen until September. So sometime in the next month or two, we'll probably see that pop up.
Yeah, I'm super excited to do that because that's going to be fun. We're just going to get a buttload of stuff and just kind of go, and just totally wreck the world with cut tests and all that. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. You probably don't want to come upstairs because it's really, really hot up here, actually. So, yeah. But, yes, Englesbane. Drakenwald Estrella 2017 is the vid. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I'm sorry.
I'm pulling it up right now, so I can
You're
kind
gonna
of,
pull it up?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even though I don't watch it all the way through, right this second, I'm gonna at least get it so it's in my.
In your views. I'm writing this down right now. Oh, we just came off of here. Again. I can't see what I'm saying. There we are. 2017. So yes, I do have that actual one. Like he's writing. He's gonna check it out right now because I think it's on YouTube. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Oh, you get there. Okay, I see what you.
Got it.
Got
Boom.
it. Boom.
I do. Oh yeah, this looks awesome. This is like hella fun. I'll turn it up like a little bit. I'll hold it up so we can get a little reaction.
That actually looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was watching them the other day, but there's a fighting school, and I think it was in. Oh, look! You missed it. You missed it clashing together. There was this fighting school, and these kids actually made a what do they call it, a phalanx with the shields. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And then they just walk, and they're throwing like foam spears and all that, and they got up there and they hit the guys and all that.
I'm
Really
gonna pause this, but now it's on my YouTube feed. I'm gonna be watching it through all the way through. It's only a 3-minute video.
My friend Josh actually has Fat Pat now on his Pandora, right?
Yeah.
I think you did. Because you were talking about that. I didn't get to jam to it as much, but I know Josh actually ended up listening to it a bit and enjoying it. So
yeah, quite a bit actually.
I'm sorry, I did not. I've been incredibly busy since I got that second job. I haven't been able to do much of anything actually. So, but yes, Josh.
Hold on, I'm holding my Pandora. Yep, it's in there. It's in my.
You're not even kidding.
It's on my Pandora. Yep,
it's right there.
It's right there. And I just started it.
I
just started it.
There it is. Yes, it is awesome.
It is awesome. Yeah,
it is indeed awesome. So it does sound good. It just I haven't been able to do a lot since I have 2 jobs now. On top of the YouTube show, my music, and my photography. So I'm doing a lot of everything. I'm a little bit of everywhere. So
yeah. The difference is I do quite a bit as well. Between teaching, raising family, this, and the difference is that you have a more structured.
Yeah.
Like you go to a job where it's structured.
Yeah.
So for me, like when I'm teaching, I listen to music while I'm teaching, or I can do those kind of
cleaning the house,
or cleaning the house,
kids,
when I'm teaching classes, a lot of times, and we're just doing drills and stuff, I will listen to music. I don't mind having music in the background at all. So
go back to that video, the fighting video, if you can.
Yep.
He says there's one with a big door shield with a mohawk on his helmet and black armor. The shield has like an axe with lines on it. That's me at the beginning. Yeah, same right there.
I'm gonna hold it up so we can again get it.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is. We found you. We found you.
That's awesome, man. That is really cool, actually. It's
not kind of the Where's Waldo I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like
which was
little tiny guy in the corner.
Yeah, all right. So that's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'd love to get into like SCA. Unfortunately, like around where we're at, there isn't a whole lot. When I got into sword fighting, I had to largely at the beginning self-taught because there just isn't anything around the area we live in. And as I've talked to other sword fighters over the years, I find that that's an issue that I run into. Is people are like, I'd love to get into fencing, I'd love to get into historical fencing, I'd love to get into SCA, I'd love to get into reenactment, like Civil War reenactment or something. And like, there's just nothing like that here where I live.
We have Civil War reenactment.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Down at Alley Park, they have a Civil War reenactment. once a year during the Frontier Days.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
They have a
cool.
Revolutionary War.
Yeah, it is Revolutionary War. Yeah, you're right. It is very, very cool. They don't have a Civil War. It's Revolutionary War. You're right.
Oh, yeah. No, Muafrin, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, you say he just found a class after 20 years of service. Yeah, it's bad. You know, they're just... It's not bad. I understand why. There doesn't seem to be as much of a demand for, like, WMA or HEMA or that European-style fighting as there is, you know, Asian martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, how many... Not necessarily sword, but just let alone anything else, how many Taekwondo places do we have here in town? How many karate places do we have in town? We have at least 3 of each, if not more.
Oh yeah, well I mean, yeah, I mean, if you think
that's
about,
not a bad thing.
You go into any small town, you're gonna find any decent sized town, you're gonna find 2 or 3 martial arts places that are like Western martial arts.
Eastern, you mean?
Asian martial arts. Yeah, what I said.
You said Western.
Western, yeah. I know
what you
mixing up my cultures. Any kind of Asian martial art, in any decent sized town. So
more often, you're not wrong about that. There's a large push around I've seen for LARP, specifically LARP, which isn't directly. I've noticed in the
last couple of years that HEMA is becoming more popular. There seems to be more of it coming this way.
I just think people find it more interesting now.
I think that's partly like YouTube. More people. There's better connectivity. You certainly have people like okay. You certainly have people like Matt Easton, or you have a lot Scologram. Big guys on YouTube doing showing more of that and sharing more of that. I think it's starting to get a foothold here in the States.
England says European sword fighting martial arts are a dying art in some sense.
Yeah,
I followed up by Muafrin saying, I don't know if it's directly related, but it says change the way people think about sword play.
Well, that's what I've been trying to do over the last. You could deal with that.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do. What I've been trying to do, in my classes, and I've always been involved in martial arts, and I got super interested in sword play, and got involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really like listening to Matt Easton. He was saying back when I was starting, there was no HEMA.
Yeah.
We had to or there was WMA was just kind of formed. It was just a lot of individuals studying and picking up the stuff for themselves, and it grew from that.
Mm-hmm.
At least in Europe.
Another thing I think is people's mindsets right now are when it comes to the first thing when I think the word weapon. The first thing I think today is a firearm, or when I say knife, the first other than kitchen knives, the first thing I want to think about is like a folder or a modern dagger,
a hunting knife.
A lot of people, hunting knife. A lot of people aren't going to think sword. A lot of people aren't. At least in my experience, a lot of people aren't going to think sword. They're not going to think mace, flail. Spears,
right?
Shields. They're not going to think of things like that. Or eventually, did you put out the video about the Saxes today?
Yes, the video for the Saxes came out.
Those are super awesome. People don't think about Saxes, I think, when they think about weapons, and I think that has kind of molded into our culture as this accepted standard. There are people fighting right now for gun rights every single day, but there's not people really fighting so much for
sword rights,
sword rights, which I'm not saying is something that we necessarily need to be doing, but or shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? But I think it's just the mindset. People are more interested because I think laws hold you back a little bit on that. I will say you can't carry swords in public. You can't carry large knives in public. In some states in the United States, you can't carry nunchaku, you can't carry ninja sets, which are obviously Eastern, but still, just weapons in general, older style weapons.
I think that a lot of it has to do culturally. The United States is only hundreds of years old, where, you know, like in Europe or Asia, you know, those cultures are thousands of years old.
Yeah.
They've been around in times where, you know, the sword, the halberd,
Actually
were the primary weapon. By the time the United States is formulating, the sword combat is a thing, but we are well into the age of the gun.
The musket, you know,
the
United States officially forms in 1776 with the Declaration of Independence, and we're using muskets.
Really? I didn't know that. Louisiana, you can carry big swords considered big knives.
Woo! There we go. We're moving to Louisiana.
I'm probably not gonna move state just so I can carry a sword. I'm just saying.
But they also have New Orleans or Nolans.
I used to work with I used to go to college with a guy, from Nolans.
Can't think of his name.
Actually, I was gonna say his name, but I was like, I probably shouldn't just like shout out people's names. His
name
name was Darren.
We've done it on the show before.
I know. I try not to do that because, you know, like, I didn't get their permission to like say their name and like people can go and his name was Darren, and he was from New Orleans. He was a super nice guy, but I remember we had this class. Okay, duly noted.
Thank you.
We had this class, this cooking class. It was when I was in college for culinary. And we had a class called American Regional Cuisine, right? And
American Regional Cuisine right here.
That is.
Not really, but you know.
No, it's Roman. That's Little Caesars.
Well, it's also pizza, so it's Italian. So.
You can pretty much any sword and knife. There's for nunchucks and weapons like it. Yeah, I never really understood like why the hate on nunchucks. I have a special place in my heart for nunchaku. It was the first weapon I learned, and I will still maintain to this day, having learned, you know, a half dozen weapons.
See,
I still maintain that nunchaku is the best close quarters weapon you will find.
I like Eskrima though. I like the Eskrima that you have. That you built. You made
I actually have a Eskrima I built. I actually used to build nunchucks and Eskrima. I had an Etsy shop for a while where I was selling nunchucks and Eskrima. But I still maintain, even over Eskrima, I still contend that the nunchaku are single-handedly the best close-quarter weapon you can get your hands on. And maybe I'll make a video. Maybe we'll make a video on that someday because I have a lot of reasons why.
To tell you though, both responding to Moafra and Dan Englesman, you both tell us about your states, Louisiana and Arizona. Here in Ohio, our rules are you can't carry swords outside. You're not supposed to carry knives that are over like 3 inches. I think I talked about that before, but you can't carry knives over 3 inches. You can't carry swords. You're technically not even supposed to have a folding knife inside your pocket.
Right.
It's supposed to be outside because otherwise it's illegal concealed carry. Concealed carry licenses actually aren't CCWs in Ohio. They're CHLs. You're only allowed to carry a concealed handgun license. You're only allowed to carry a handgun. You cannot have a rifle in your front seat of your car. For instance, that's why you'd want that, you know.
Right. But you can't. We are an open carry state, so you can carry. Like, I can carry an AK down the street, and I'm, you know.
Yeah, you can carry an AK down the street. You can carry it into the store that I work at.
Right. Yeah, Englesman, I'm gonna do a video someday. Actually, like I said, like we said previously, I have made Eskrima, and I
love the Eskrima. They're sweet.
I've made nunchaku. Maybe I'll make a video one day on building them, and maybe I'll make a video on why I think nunchaku, for me anyway,
are cool.
Cool. I think are maybe
Musa
Bowie knife. Yeah.
My favorite. We have a couple Bowies.
Yeah, I have a couple Bowies. We have a couple Bowies.
Mine's down there if you want to grab it, because we are talking about doing the knives here soon.
Yeah, guys, if you go ahead and carry on.
Yeah, we are. I don't know if you watched the Sax knife video that we put out today, the Viking knives. We were talking at the end about soon we'll probably, if you guys want us to, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. If you want us to, we are planning on putting out a new series on knives. Just because we have a lot, and we have a lot to talk about. This is my Bowie here, though. I'll give you. I'm not going to really do a full thing on it, full demo or whatever, because we'll do that on the knife videos. This is a K-bar. It's a K-bar 1236. hunting Bowie. These are not made in Olean, New York. These are made in Taiwan. But it's a very strong build. It's a very strong. The pommel's nice and strong. Nothing moves. And I've had this for I think a year now, and I've been using it. You can see the shine is still there. The blade is still nice and sharp. There's no chunks out of anything. It's a very nice solid construction. It does have the stacked leather. So.
No, we talked about we do it. We talked about when we do this the knife show, the new knife review show.
Mm-hmm.
We might do a dual K-bar.
Yeah, because Josh has an actual U.S. Army.
U.S. Army. I have U.S.
Josh
Army
has
K-bar.
the U.S. Army K-bar, which the Marine and Army are the same thing, just stamped differently, right? Yes, except the Marines are issued today. The Marines are issued the ones with the composite handles.
Yeah,
and I think
mine's leather.
Yours is the leather stacked.
Mine's leather stacked. Yeah.
So those
are
both
sweet. The Marine and Army. You can get variants that. Okay, so that is interesting, Uncle Bane. The sacks. We both worn the sacks on our belt.
Let me grab mine so I can show them show them the sheath real fast. Did
you
talk about it in the?
I did talk about the
episode. I
didn't
actually get to watch your.
Yeah,
your
I did talk about.
I have again. This is my bedroom that we do this in. Sorry, it's kind of a trashy over there where Josh is saying I can clean up in here. But this is mine. You saw me using this in the cut test if you watched the Sachs video. Very cool knife again. But what were you saying? Go ahead and go on. What were you saying?
Well, I did talk about the sheath. I did talk about this little leather piece. I talk about how it fixed and everything. But it does, I will say, it does sit a little bit downward.
I'll show
it has a tendency to kind of sag.
If I try to hold it flat, that's you can see my fingers, but this finger doesn't even work because it's all sitting here anyways. If I push it down, even it just bends it. It's really heavy because the center of balance is actually in the middle of the knife. If I can find it. There it is. Well, sort of. But yeah, you can see it right there. It's almost completely balanced. So
now, interestingly, with your knife, it's a little bit of an issue because your knife has a tendency to slide.
Yeah.
But mine actually didn't have that issue at all. It did kind of sag a little bit, but it didn't seem to have. It didn't come out.
Yours is a lot stronger than mine.
But I kind of think that the sheaths are. I don't think there's maybe as much consistency in the workmanship on the sheath.
These are made. I think he probably mentioned these are made in Pakistan. It is a pretty nice knife. It's a really nice knife.
I was really for a made in Pakistan. I was super surprised at the quality. But the sheath, I think at that price you have to cut corners. And that's probably
here,
and then
here.
I don't think it came out there at all.
I don't think it came out here at all.
I just think that's where. If you ever check out Moranev knives,
those are sweet.
They're super nice,
cheap and
super cheap. Moranev, Morakniv. In
the United States, a lot of people call them Mora knives.
Yeah, and it's the same. It's the same thing.
Well, I'm gonna write that down just so
Muscle
you know.
Bowie.
The Musso specifically. Josh has a Bowie as well.
The Moranev is kind of the same thing. The knife is super nice. I think they cut corners. They just have a cheapy plastic sheath it comes with. And honestly, if you're gonna cut corners somewhere, that's where I want you to cut the corner. You know what I mean? Like I want you. I don't want.
It's gonna take care of the blade. And honestly, there are some things that you might be able to do to this.
Well, I'm gonna probably restructure mine
because if I hold it like this right here. Oh, wait, no, the other way. Was it the other way? I can't remember. Yeah, if I had it right here, it might sag, but at least it'll hold it up.
I'm probably gonna take it apart and reconstruct.
The other thing that you and I had talked about reconstructing these completely was actually taking off the strands, and just leaving this part and rebuilding it so it's just this part, so it's a belt loop. So it actually sits flat to your belt, like straight on. It can't move if your belt doesn't move. You know what I mean? Like. Looks weird, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like you can sit flat against your belt,
Right.
So that's something the only thing I'd be interested in seeing is how comfortable it is with the, I can't think.
Without rubbing against your back.
With this part rubbing against,
I think probably would be too much. You got this kind of got a small hilt on.
That's right. The hilt I could not think for the life of me. So. Yes.
So that's kind of what that's what that is about the sheath. It's a nice sheath. I mean, it's okay. I'll probably restructure mine, but
He says guard.
Guard,
Yeah.
I was just sitting there letting you happen. I was kind of like I was trying to think of something else in my head while you were talking. But while we're on the subject of somebody had a question, and this is something that
It was the belt.
yeah, he asked a question about the belt. Because he asked a question, it did get me thinking. We have a video coming out tomorrow, and you guys get a little heads up. Something we're going to be looking for is subjects for the regular show. So, we always start the show with, hey, this is a show that, we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want.
And nobody cares.
But we really do care about what you guys want us to talk about. And so we started, somewhere here, a list of future subjects, things we want to talk about.
It's probably under the pizza.
But we do have a video, guys, coming out tomorrow, guys. You can comment here, or down here,
or wherever it is.
For you, or you comment on tomorrow's video. But either way, just let us know, guys. What kind of things do you want to see us talk about in the This Is Something show, in the regular, our regular Friday show? And just let us know what kind of subjects. It can be anything. It can be movies. It can be swords. It can be music. It can be whatever it is you want. You can talk about animals. We can talk about space.
By the way, speaking of animals, we talked about the animals encounters this past week, this past Friday. We talked about encounters with wild animals, and you had mentioned the bird flying.
The killer woodpecker.
Well, the other day we were editing, and we had a killer robin in the window behind us.
Right
but
there.
He flew up. He was right above the fan, and he was just flapping his wings against the window. He was flapping his wings against the window, and we're like, "What the frick?" And he was there for like a whole 20 seconds.
Yeah, he
like,
was just
right
angry,
there. And then he was like, "Never mind." So I told him like, "This is Birdemic," from that Birdemic movie.
007 film was saying. Actually, we just touched on the subject a little bit this last Friday show.
Yeah, we talked about animals. We talked about spies /
detectives. But you're right. Truthfully, 007 film should get its own segment because we could sit there and talk about it forever.
We did talk about it.
Who's your favorite Bond?
Yeah, who is your favorite Bond?
We didn't talk about ours.
I obviously, I like them all. I mean, they're all
like them all.
Good.
Lazenby.
George
One Bond.
George Lazenby is my absolute favorite.
Actually, George Lazenby was a good Bond. I
don't
know why.
He was in Her Majesty's Secret Service, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he didn't get a fair shake. I mean, I thought he was a fine actor. He did his own stunts.
Well, yeah, he probably had something else to do.
And especially when coming off of like Connery. I mean, it was probably that. It was probably just hard to compete with Connery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone was like, Connery was the Bond for so long.
Yeah.
Actually, there were only 4 movies and then a 5th. So really, he,
But still, he's...
Okay, so he's going Connery, Craig, Dalton. Ooh, nice.
Timothy Dalton. We did talk about Timothy
we did talk about Timothy Dalton. Dalton is... I did say, during that episode, Dalton is probably my... It's probably my favorite Bond. It's the first movie. And I think that second movie really sucks. I think that's what really killed him. Was that second movie, A License to Kill, is not good. But that first one that Dalton's in, I freaking love Timothy Dalton in that movie.
Who is it that's in A View to a Kill? Is that?
Why don't you marry him? I did that to you last week, so I'll do it to myself.
Yeah. Why don't you marry him?
Why don't you marry him? I'd marry Timothy Dalton.
Was that? Who? Speaking of Bond actors, there's a movie coming out soon that I'm super freaking excited for. And you seriously, after this live stream, you all need to go check it out right away. If you haven't seen the commercial already, you probably already have because it's everywhere right now. It's going to be a movie coming out called The Foreigner, and it's got
Jackie Chan.
It's got Jackie Chan in it, and he's a little older. It's a little different than regular Jackie Chan.
It's not a comedy Jackie Chan.
It's not run-of-the-mill.
This is straight on, hard as nails Jackie Chan.
Yeah, and but one of the characters is portrayed by Pierce Brosnan. And we did not recognize him.
No, we watched the entire trailer. We watched the entire trailer, and they're like, Chan, Brosnan. We're like, Brosnan was in this? Where's Brosnan? We went back, and we're like, oh my God, it's Pierce Brosnan!
He's got a big gray beard,
yeah.
hair.
It looks sick.
looks
I
sick.
want to go see that. We probably should go see that and then do like a review. We probably should go see that and then like maybe do a review like next day or something. It's called The Foreigner.
The Foreigner, yeah.
Muad friend. It's called The Foreigner.
Speaking of
go check it out. Check out the trailer on YouTube. And it looks amazing.
What's it called?
Yeah, that's why
it's right. Yeah, The Foreigner. I think I said it earlier.
Not
but it
the
was
band.
very fast. Yes, not the band.
not the band.
And not the old movie called The Foreigner. There's another movie called The Foreigner.
There was. I was
and
like,
it's
is
not
this a remake?
It's not a remake at all.
No.
So there's also another movie coming out that we've talked about already, but it starts tomorrow. Is The Big Sick. Comes out tomorrow. And that has another actor that we haven't seen in some time.
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano's in it, playing a very different role. He plays a dad, like an older dad. And
God, Kamal Nanjiani. Kamal
Don't hurt
Nanjiani. Yourself. I actually really like him as an actor. I've seen him. He was in the Hotel in Budapest movie.
The Gold.
Very Best Marigold Hotel.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
With Judi Dench.
Well, yeah. And I really like him
I can't
as
think
an
what
actor.
it's called. It's called the Marigold Hotel. Something about the Marigold Hotel.
I like him as an actor a lot. I really like him. So it's kind of good to see him headlining a movie.
Yeah, he is. That movie just looks really good.
Yeah.
And Ray Romano looks really awesome in it, so I'm super freaking excited to see it. And as I said, that starts tomorrow here in the U.S. at 6 p.m. as usual, because somebody was asking me about. I was talking to somebody about that one time about why movies start now instead of at midnight. They start at 6 the day before they're supposed to come out. So actually, no, it probably started at 6 tonight because it's supposed to come out on the 6th, but today's the 5th. It probably started tonight.
The Big Sick starts at 6.
Because we're 6 hours behind the Prime Meridian.
Okay.
Where 12 o'clock on the 6th actually starts at 6 o'clock here, starts at 12 o'clock there. I think that's why they do that now. They start them a day before at like 6 o'clock. Or 7 o'clock. 6 or 7. I can't remember which. I think it's 7.
Sean were talking about going to see The Big Sick, but as I mentioned, we were going date and go see The Big Sick. But as I mentioned earlier in the episode, my kid's birthday is this weekend. We're celebrating my kid's birthday this weekend. And the drive-in, we actually have a drive-in theater here in town. One of the few left.
There's only 3 left in Ohio. There's only 50 left in the United States.
And we have one. And they're playing this weekend Despicable Me 3, which I don't really care about one way or another. But they're also playing Spider-Man Homecoming. So I'm hoping to go see that this weekend.
The kids will be excited for Despicable Me 3.
I think it looks funny enough, but I think
I've actually heard it's really good. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that whole.
I'm not really.
Just watch it. Looks cool. Yeah, it is very cool looking as a Moi friend. It is awesome.
Yeah, we were geeking out when we watched it.
Well, I showed it to you. I was like, too bad we already did reactions this.
Oh yeah, because that would have been this month's reaction.
That would have been this month's reaction for sure. Because that, especially when we saw Pierce Brosnan. What? The first time I watched it, I didn't realize that it said Brosnan at the end. I wasn't really paying attention because it had ended. And I knew Jackie Chan was in it, so I just looked for Jackie Chan's name. I wasn't looking for the other guy. And I was like, so then when I watched it with you, I was like, hey, you need to watch this. This is awesome. And we watched it, and I was like, wait, does that say Pierce Brosnan? So, there are a lot of good movies coming out this year. Does Thor Ragnarok come out this summer?
Yes, I think it does.
Thor does.
So, yeah.
Wonder Woman's been out for a while now, and it's getting huge.
I didn't make it. I was trying to make it there.
No, I think it's still in. I think it's still in theaters.
I won't make it, though.
Like I said, played at Wonder Woman last
it'll probably go out this weekend, but
at the drive-ins, I meant.
Yeah, I probably won't make it, but yeah, I'll get to see Spider-Man. I'm pretty stoked about it. I think it looks good. I like the new kid that's going to be playing Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
I actually really liked Andrew Garfield, but neither Andrew Garfield nor Tobey Maguire got Spider-Man really right. Where he's kind of edgy / kind of.
Well, he's kind of angsty, but he's funny too. He's supposed to be.
And I think Andrew Garfield was a little too angsty, and I think
he was a little too angry. He was kind of
super angry.
I'm so tortured. It's like, okay, whoa, wait a second, wrong superhero.
Wrong
superhero.
And then at the same time, Tobey Maguire was just a crybaby the whole time. Well, a lot of it at least.
Yeah, there was one.
So
I'm Spider-Man. I'm so sad.
So
I hate TV shows. the Arrow TV show does it. Flash sometimes gets into it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when like superheroes are so angsty or crying about their like. Why are you upset? You got like superpowers.
I mean, there are. There
Law Friend, I have not. I wanted so badly to get to the theater to see Logan.
Oh, when it hits Redbox.
But the moment it hits Redbox, I am renting it.
It might be in now, actually, to be honest. We'll just
go
watch it
probably
tonight.
Not. Yeah, probably. The moment it comes out, I was trying so hard to make it to the theater,
yet,
but we were super busy with this at the time. We were just kind of coming back to this. We're trying to get back into our rhythm, and I just didn't make it. I've heard from everybody it's worth it. So as soon as it comes on Redbox, I am getting it. I'm gonna rent it. That is in my top must see in the next couple weeks. So it is
at Redbox.
Yeah, he's saying it's okay. That's great. I'll probably rent it tonight or tomorrow. To be honest.
Yep, it's at Redbox.
I'm probably gonna rent it tonight or tomorrow because I am like
Well, here's the thing. The trilogy of X-Men was panned pretty bad. The one with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine for the first time.
Oh, really? Wow. There was an extra in it. That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
And he said it's in Redbox. I watched it last night on Mental. Anglesbane, that's awesome. Moi friend, let us know who you are if we can see
yeah,
you.
right.
We want to see you there too. We'll see you. No, that was Anglesbane. So Anglesbane, we've seen you at Australia Wars. Moi friend, we're gonna see you on Logan.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
So, what I was saying is NOLA. Is that northern? Are you saying northern Louisiana? I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Okay. New Orleans, Louisiana, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen Logan. I don't know where they go in the movie. So that's awesome, though. I do want to see that actually.
You remember when we were kids? We talked about during the Power Rangers episode. There was the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
Right. And there was a big scene with a bunch of people at the beginning, and there's a big party scene at the end. To get extras for those two parts, all they did was they put out in the newspaper that you could come meet the Power Rangers, and so a bunch of people came and they filmed it, and then that was was our.
That's awesome.
It's filmed there, takes place elsewhere. Okay, all right.
Okay,
yeah,
New Orleans, he's right there. Are you from New Orleans, my friend? I would like to visit New Orleans sometimes. I know Sam has been, and I'm jealous. He bought me a cigar from the cigar factory on, I think it's on Decatur, actually. It's either on Decatur or it's on Bourbon. It's on Bourbon or Decatur, I can't remember which. But he bought me a cigar from the cigar factory, and it was a very nice cigar.
Nice.
So... But
we did. I was actually saying earlier. I didn't even finish the story. I went to school with a guy. I went to college with a guy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We had this class called American Region Cuisine, right?
Yeah, this is like a very old conversation.
Oh yeah, I know it's very old.
It's the same
but it kind of came back
so.
up. Yeah. So one of the tests, actually the final was you were at random given a region of America.
Yeah.
And you had to cook an entire meal, 3 courses, right?
Yeah.
Appetizer or soup, main, and then dessert, right?
Yeah.
And you had to have people come in.
Oh crap.
People came in to eat, and you had to have it served, right?
Yeah.
It was picked at random, a region of the United States, right? I got American Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
So Darren Trapani is in my class. And he goes, he goes, can I request New Orleans? And I was like, sure. And I was like, well, wait a second. This was supposed to be random for starters. And 2, that's not fair. He's from New Orleans. That's not fair. So he got through easy, and it was fine. It was whatever. But I was just like, oh, wait a second.
Okay.
Okay. All right, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
From Austin. Okay, so you're from Texas. Or Austin, Louisiana.
About 4 hours.
Well, no, he says he's from Austin.
Right.
So I didn't know if I'm assuming when he just says Austin, he's talking about Austin, Texas. Austin seems like a cool place, too. They've got some interesting stuff going on down there. I know they have a huge thing about food trucks. As far as I understand it, food trucks are really popular in Austin right now.
Oh, food trucks.
And I've heard some good things about the food trucks that are in Austin.
You know, I've flown a little bit, but the only times I've ever gotten stopped by TSA has been in Texas twice.
Oh, yeah?
It's the only time I've ever been stopped.
When you went to Costa Rica?
Yeah, one. The one I stripped down to like nothing. You know, like I went through the metal detector and something went off. They had to wand me and everything. It was the gum. That was my pocket had a foil wrap around the gum. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Almost made me late for my flight.
That's amazing.
So, but yeah, the only time I've ever been late, or the only time I've ever been stopped by TSA is in Texas 2 different times. Yeah, I was once on my way down to Costa Rica. Actually, I think it might have been on the way there and on the way back.
I was saying, I don't know about another time that you flew that you went down that to Costa Rica. I thought you would have gone to Texas.
What's funny is, like, you go through all the checkpoints in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get down to Costa Rica,
You just walk
and
in.
the TSA was just like, they didn't even look at us. So we're sitting talking to each other. Like,
Well, it's probably because they know that
like,
it's like, oh, it's a plane from the
I
United
could have
States.
I could have walked over a rocket launcher and be like, go ahead.
But here's the thing, like, reference to airplane. It is.
That's like
they
a
do
great
walk in with
freaking movie. That's the best movie.
And the second movie is equally as good just because it's the same jokes.
That's a future. This is movies.
Maybe both of them, just because they're the same movie.
And yeah.
But no, they probably like, oh, this is a plane from the United States, right? Well, they got checked in the United States, right? Oh, well, just let them through because they've had their butts picked. Trust
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Like everything's been looked over in the U.S. We don't need to check them.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty funny.
Airplane's a great movie.
Random.
I'm gonna probably watch it this week sometime.
So many movies I need to watch.
I know, it's awful.
Random little. Well, never mind. I won't talk about that right now. It's not. Well, it's interesting. I would be calling out a major corporation on something, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to.
You're not going to live and.
Well, because I'm buying from that corporation still. And it's not actually calling them out. It's okay. I'm just gonna say it anyways. They're not watching this. So I'm in the process of buying a Fender acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
From my place of employment, actually.
So you're calling out your place of employment?
No, I'm not calling them out. But Fender, interestingly enough, I got the guitar. Oh, I'm getting the guitar. But I found out it comes with a hard case. It's a really nice hard case. We opened the hard case, and it smells really strong of marijuana. Like, really strong. And you're like
every guitar shop I've ever been in?
we don't, the store doesn't smell like that at all.
But well, yours is all more clean cut, more industrial.
Yeah, we took the other two out, because they have three guitars from the same series there. And the other two cases do not smell like it. Just this one smells like it. So... we think somebody might have been transporting something.
Hey, could have been.
Now, I used to think that I thought that all of the cases were made in Mexico. If you know where I'm going with this.
You're right.
But actually, they're not. My case was made in China. So...
Got that Chinese pot.
that Chinese marijuana. I don't know what they call it over there. Hey, Josh, you know what they call pot in China?
Oh, God. I'm not even gonna answer that question.
I was just trying to make a reference to... what's it called?
Oh,
I don't actually know what they call pot in China.
I was like, I'm just not even gonna go there. Le pot.
Do you know what they call pot in France? I don't know what. Le pot. Well, shit.
Ankles Bane, do you like it? Or are you enjoying the American Revolution saber?
Yeah, you go ahead and let us know when you. I just saw that I was finished what I was saying.
Let me know what you think, because I always worry. People, I ask people, I do these reviews, and people are like, what do you think? Should I get this?
I don't know you.
I'm like, I love it myself, but I don't want to say get it, and then you turn around and get it, you're like, oh yeah, this thing, yeah, I hate this.
I hate this.
I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad I was able to.
Okay,
I hope that the video swayed you.
You should totally, wherever you ordered it from. I don't know where you ordered it from, but you should go on there and leave a review and say that we are the ones. Go on there and be like, by the way, I've ordered this because this is something. AKA,
that was like a shameless plug.
This is podcast.
That was a shameless plug.
Where did you buy it from, though? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, where did you get it from?
Where did you get yours from? You got yours from Call of Athena, didn't you? Because you were back. That's when you were back.
I believe I did. Yeah.
And
I still do, but
you buy a lot more from.
Well, it just depends on where I get it. What
it is.
Really, I kind of go where it's going to be cheapest and where the best service is going to come from.
Well, the sax knives that we both have, right now, Armory had a sale on those.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, let's get them on sale. So.
Well, that and I've always wanted to order from Dark Knight because I kind of always wondered what. The service was incredible, guys.
Oh,
Dark Knight was incredible. It was 3 days. It was shipped in 3 days.
Mine was shipped in 3 days too. So,
you know, they were there. And I thought
the
shipping was reasonable because sometimes the shipping is like that is my one issue of Cult is I think sometimes their shipping is kind of like really like man like yeah you're cheaper but by the time I pay the shipping you're not you know
I got here's some quality.
Okay,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, there we go. Call of Duty, they're pretty awesome. They have some great stuff. They have some full suits of armor I want.
Yeah.
They got some of the samurai suits. I would love
a work sharp.
What is a work sharp, Josh? I
don't know. It's a sharpening tool.
It's a sharpening tool.
Yeah. And I
know you really like you use the AccuSharps.
I use the AccuSharp. What I try to do is I usually go over on a grinder and get a starter edge.
Yeah.
And then I go through with the AccuSharp, and then I finish off by honing it. I finish off by honing it.
I mean,
so I kind of like a 3-step process, at least to get that starting. Because I always get the factory edge. I'm not paying the extra whatever for a work sharp is something I really want to get. And maybe I can convince my wife to give me one.
You have a birthday once a year.
I have a birthday once a year,
but it's like the same.
Although
like
if you watch this week's episode, I say like nobody ever remembers my birthday
because it's like 3 days before Christmas.
Like nobody ever, like my family completely forgets my birthday.
I remember your birthday. I remember Christmas too.
Oh boy!
And I usually don't get you anything.
Yeah, that's right. My family ever gets me anything. Everybody forgets my birthday.
Yeah, it probably is pricey. I'm assuming because you don't have one, it probably is pricey.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You know, like now my grandma definitely forgets I don't go over there for Christmas anymore, just because we want to spend time with the kids. But when I was heading over there on Christmas Day, she see me, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's right, he had a birthday." And she's like, "Oh, here's a $50 out of my wallet." Like, "Oh, thanks." But yeah, nobody ever.
She's on my Facebook, so
nobody ever remembers my birthday. But maybe I can convince my wife to do it for Christmas.
Yeah,
maybe.
If
I don't get in trouble, and I get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
A lot
of trouble. So, let's see here. We talked about the saxes. What else are we doing? What do we have coming up here soon?
We don't have a pipe smoking. We already released the pipe smoking.
Oh, that's a question for you guys. I know it's only, I think, a couple of you guys watching right now. We need to ask, what movies are we doing next? Because we just did. It's not out yet, is it?
It comes out tomorrow.
Coming out tomorrow.
This one, we did a Quentin Tarantino. I'm not going to tell you which one. We did a Quentin Tarantino film based on your votes. And so that comes out tomorrow. Suggestions, guys, for movies for next month.
Are we giving them a choice, or are we just giving suggestions?
Well, we keep throwing Miyazaki. Miyazaki.
You know what? Miyazaki or Airplane?
Ooh, wait a second. We're going to go another that era. I was kind of trying to get out of the era a little bit.
Okay. Miyazaki.
I was going to try and get out of that era a little bit.
Okay, so Miyazaki or...
Oh, well, we did Good, Bad, and Ugly. That was 60s. We did... we did a Quentin Tarantino film, but I won't... And those are all in the 90s and
mostly,
1000s.
90s and 1000s, yeah.
We did Producers, which was also 60s. So, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jack Nicholson. That's not a bad choice. That's not a bad one. I could certainly do that.
I've never seen it. So we could do that. Although, I had never seen the last one either. I haven't seen a lot of Quentin Tarantino films, so... Which is also a problem that we're working on.
We're working on it
slowly.
Stop
it, Eli. Get some help. Watch Tarantino.
Watch Tarantino films.
But... Yes, he says.
Yes. That's not a bad one. That's a legit movie.
Considering it is a very popular movie that I have not seen.
It's not a bad one. That may be the one we go for.
Or would you rather do that or Miyazaki?
Miyazaki keeps getting just thrown under the bus.
We keep talking about Miyazaki films.
Well, the thing is this, because I believe that animation is a very legit form of art.
Yeah. Especially like Miyazaki's.
One of my 5 favorite films of all time, and it's hard, but one of my The Outlaw Josie Wakes. That's not a bad one either. Wales.
You can't speak.
One of my top 5 favorite films of all time is an animated film, The Iron Giant.
I like The Iron Giant.
It's such a well put together movie. So I believe that animation is a legitimate form of art. But I've never watched any of the Miyazaki films. I'm not
I've seen
super
a couple of
familiar.
them.
I'm not
They're
super
very
familiar with his
good.
work. I know everybody's like, oh, you know, like if you're a movie person,
Yeah.
you need to watch Miyazaki films because they're very legitimate films.
But yeah, that's why we keep talking about Miyazaki, is because he hasn't seen Miyazaki.
I haven't seen any Miyazaki, so
So-
that's why that keeps coming up. But we want to do the movies you guys want to see us review and talk about.
Yeah.
But One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that's one I haven't thought of in a long time. That's a good.
If we can get a hold of it, we can.
Oh, we can get a hold of
We can
it.
probably get a hold of it.
You know what movie I was thinking about the other day? It was Mississippi Burning with Gene Hackman and Val Kilmer. I think Val Kilmer.
Mississippi Burning.
That's a good one.
I haven't seen that one.
I went actually. It crossed my mind for some reason, and I went and I went to see it was on Netflix and it wasn't. I was like, oh boy, they should add that because that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm always down for some Gene Hackman myself.
I mean, who's not? I love
Who's
Gene
not?
Hackman.
I'd marry Gene Hackman.
I married Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman even, like... You know what I saw today? I saw the More Cowbell video. I hadn't seen it forever because... I don't know, it's just random.
That's a great Gene Hackman film, The French Connection. Also a good one. That car chase scene.
French Connection.
In the French Connection?
No.
The reason it looks so frenetic and so dangerous is because it was. They didn't give permission to film it. They just chased cars through downtown Chicago, through downtown Detroit.
That's great.
They didn't ask anybody. They just did it. And so, like, all those shots, like, when they're weaving out cars, those are regular people that didn't know this was going down.
Oh my gosh.
And so it looks, it looks,
we'll just pay the fee when it.
it looks super frenetic. It looks super frenetic and looks super dangerous, and the second is great too. I actually don't think I've seen the second French Connection.
I didn't know there was a second one. Sorry. I'm sorry.
But the original is very, very good. But that car chase scene is amazing. Bullet was also a good film. I'm thinking of the French Connection. Bullet comes to mind with Steve McQueen. Also a great film.
There's also a bunch of Humphrey Bogart films that we haven't talked about yet.
We gotta get.
Love Me is
We
a
actually,
Casablanca.
we originally, when we first started this as movies, we originally did Key Largo. We actually even filmed it.
We filmed the Key Largo.
and we kept promising it was coming. And then we didn't.
We didn't do it. 'cause
We
not
filmed
the
it.
show.
And we filmed it, and it never, for some reason, never got downloaded. Maybe we'll have to just download it as like a retro.
We don't have it anymore.
Like, oh, don't we? Don't.
Nope,
We got rid
we
of
don't
it.
have it. It's gone.
So it's gone.
Sorry.
Maybe we'll come back to Key Largo.
Key Largo is a good movie, and so is, I mentioned Casablanca. Casablanca, it's a little cliche, but it is my favorite Humphrey Bogart movie. I like the Sam Spade stuff. The thing is,
Casablanca, I understand why it's good. I understand why people hone in on that one, but I can't say it's my favorite. I really like one is High Sierra is one of my favorites.
High Sierra's good.
High Sierra and I keep wanting to say Dark Victory, and that's oh god, what's her name? Betty Davis.
Yeah.
And so that's not right. Damn, I can't think of it off the top. You know what? We'll just quickly
Look it up.
You know what? True Romance is one of the few Quentin Tarantino's I haven't yet seen.
We talked about that thing in the.
I think we do talk
And the
about.
thing tomorrow. So now you know, True Romance is not the one.
Yeah,
that
True Romance is not one of
Now
them.
they just like blinking them off. We're not answering any more questions about Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
no more.
no.
It's done. We're shutting this down. But no, we neither of us have seen True Romance. Neither of us have seen The Hateful Eight. I think those are the only.
I've seen all the rest.
As I say, you've seen all the rest. I haven't seen Django Unchained yet.
Oh man, Django Unchained. When we were talking about doing Django Unchained because we kicked it back and forth. You know,
Well, good job. Now they know we didn't do Django Unchained either.
well, they knew that from the moment you said that we didn't. You haven't seen Django Unchained yet.
or Hateful Eight.
Or Hateful Eight.
I'm gonna stop talking.
I'm just gonna stop.
Neither of us seen True Romance though.
But Django Unchained was one of the ones we talked. We also talked about when we were talking about what movies we were going to do. We talked about Inglourious Bastards. I said at the time, the thing about Inglourious Bastards is I actually initially hated that film,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like I couldn't tell why, because there were certain like really good scenes that stick out.
Mm-hmm.
The scene with the bastards in the forest, the bar scene where they're at the table, really good. And I was like, why did I not? No, that's right. He did write it. I was actually, you're correct.
Yeah, I do. We talked about it yesterday.
We did. We talked about that. We talked about it because You're right though. He did write it, not direct. And
his
he
writing's
did.
not bad though.
He also wrote, I believe, 4 Rooms, but didn't direct. Or he directed one segment of 4 Rooms, which is also a really good one. It's kind of obscure, kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think he only directed one of the segments. But here's the thing about Inglourious Bastards. I initially hated it. I was like, I hate this film, but there's some really good scenes in it. And I told you, and I continue to maintain, I need to rewatch it.
I said it when I first watched it.
I need to rewatch it, but I think that the reason I hate it is because I don't hate it. I think it's 2 really good films, but that's what it is. It's 2 really good films. It doesn't tell 2
Put
complete
together,
stories.
Yeah. I said that the very first time I watched it. I said, wow, that movie was incredibly weird because it was two separate
films.
storylines that only came together at the end.
And see, that was the thing. I walked into it, I was like, oh, okay. This is Quentin Tarantino, like, macheting and machine gunning down Nazis. Like, this is going to be amazing. And then I was like, whoa, okay, what's this? This is a story about a Jewish woman getting revenge. Like, this is really weird.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a complete film. I think it's 2 incomplete films. I think both are excellent. That's what makes it a bad film, unfortunately.
You're not wrong about that. More often, the Bear Jew actor was horrible. He wasn't the best.
No.
I don't know who. There's only a few names in that movie. There's Tom Cruise.
Not Tom
Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
I always confuse Tom Cruise and
Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt. In my mind, the names are... I always do that. Brad Pitt. I'm sorry. Brad Pitt and... what's the German's name? I can't think of his name for the life of me. He's been in a bunch of stuff now. The German actor in that. The main bad guy, sort of. I'm gonna have to look it up. We'll be looking at our phones looking at this. Because I can't, for my life, for me, think his name.
Ooh, The African Queen's a good Bogart movie, by the way, but that wasn't the one I was looking
Which
for.
one is it?
Dark Passage. That's why I was thinking Dark Victory. Dark Passage. Well, that's probably one of my favorite Bogart films.
Really? Speaking of Tom Cruise, Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, man, that's
That's something else.
that was a one-time film for me. I understand why it... Christoph Waltz, by the way, is the name you're looking for.
Yeah, because he said it. Don't act like you said it.
No, I was looking at that. I was telling you.
Yeah.
And I love me some Christoph Waltz. He's the bounty hunter in Django Unchained. Tropic Thunder, great film.
Is Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder?
Yes, he is. He's the CEO of the.
Oh, yes, he is.
He's got the fat suit on. Tropic Thunder was a one-time film for me. I liked it. I laughed. It's a genius film. It was a little much. It was a little frenetic.
Maybe it was Nick Nolte, wasn't it?
And sometimes I think that Tropic Thunder maybe winked a little too hard at the audience.
Yep, there it is. What's this one? Okay, so
yeah, I mean, but I did like Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder was different. It has some quotable lines. I need to watch it again so I can get some of those lines down because they're pretty funny.
Yeah, it's an eminently quotable film. We talked about Big Lebowski. I'd love to do that, but I'm not doing that this close to
the producers.
What we did. What's coming up?
Oh, just Tarantino films.
Well, it's just kind of
now
the same
knocked
era.
off 4 of them.
Yeah, knocked out 4 of them.
Yeah, because you also and we were trying to decide whether or not we wanted to do Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. It's definitely
obviously we didn't.
It's definitely it's definitely not Downey Jr. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is hilarious.
Well, I do like that it is a movie being filmed in a movie that goes wrong and people go crazy because the fact is that some of the best lines come out of Robert Downey Jr. pretending to be acting as a black man,
right?
And then he's like, I gotta get in character, so I'm gonna act like I'm black the whole time.
Right, yeah.
And this is just weird. And it's hilarious. But
you know what?
Suck my unit. That's
good stuff.
Oh my god.
Speaking of method acting,
yes.
Big news in Hollywood. Big news in like movies. This last week was that Lincoln. There Will Be Blood.
Why can't you stop talking? Just stop talking.
As soon as I was about to say, I blanked out. That's why I was.
I almost said he one of the names. I goes like 3 names. I almost said Neil Patrick Harris. I know it's obviously it's not. You looking it up now?
Yeah, I am. As soon as I had it on the tip of my tongue, I started to say it, and I was
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Thank you.
Oh, as soon as I started typing Lincoln, I was like, oh, I know what it is. Daniel Day-Lewis.
He actually is retiring.
Oh,
he announced that he's retiring. But you know what's interesting is there's a movie called there's a movie called My Left Foot. He plays he has severe
gangrene.
No, he has severe. It's just wrong. Severe
well, you said my left foot. So
he's yes, Daniel Day-Lewis. We did get it. He has severe.
He wrote it before.
He has like severe muscular dystrophy. He can only move his left foot.
Okay.
But he became a writer. It's a true story, right?
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis, for that role, never moved. He stayed in a wheelchair. He made the crew push him around. He made the crew lift him up and take him to the bathroom and hold him up while he peed. He made the crew feed him.
That's amazing.
And he did that for like 6 months. For that film, and by the way, My Left Foot, great movie.
Method acting is a very interesting concept. There are some people that obviously take it too far. I hate to say that Heath Ledger is no longer with us because he took method acting too far. But it is a very interesting concept, trying to get in the actual mindset of somebody. It's kind of like when they say, what's the best way to figure out what your enemy's next move is to get into the mind of your enemy. But in this case,
the enemy is your film.
The enemy is yourself. Method acting is very, it is a very interesting subject to me because it takes a lot of skill, first of all, to be able to change it, to essentially change yourself into another person,
right?
For some time, especially when you're talking about other films you might be in. You're talking about family. You're talking about your mental state. Obviously, again, I mentioned the very unfortunate passing of Heath Ledger during the filming of Batman: Dark Knight Rises. That's Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. You're right. During the filming of Dark Knight. So it's just very interesting, the idea that some people can do that. I don't think it's very easy for me or most people. And that might be what makes those specific people such great actors,
right?
Because there are people that go in, and beyond. Obviously, he was only Robert Downey Jr. was only pretending to be a method actor. I don't actually know if he is.
Well, it's just like to me, it's a class of actor. There are actors like Daniel Day-Lewis that will sacrifice everything for that role.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a class of actor that I think I put up like Will Smith and Christopher Walken. They don't really ever play, or Robert Downey Jr. among them.
Yeah.
They don't ever only play versions of themselves. Which
might not be a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But when you go see Christopher Walken in a film, you're essentially seeing Christopher Walken play Christopher Walken. You see Will Smith play Will Smith.
Well, do you know that was a big thing back when we started the show? We do still want to meet Chris Walken someday. If you know Chris Walken, let us know. Speaking.
Everyone's actor, I forget his name. Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen, yeah.
He's in a great movie called The Road.
Oh, if you have children, do not watch The Road with them. Great movie. You might let them watch Lord of the Rings. Maybe, I don't know, how you do with your kids, but do not let them watch The Road.
And the thing is, if you read the book, The Road, it's not an easy book to get through.
Because your mind is...
Well, no, because he never gives characters names. There's just the man and the boy. And when he says he, sometimes you're like, okay, wait, which he? But the book. The book is fantastic. I can't think of the author's name at the same time, but the same author that wrote No Country for Old Men, also a kick-ass film.
Interesting film. Javier Bardem's in that one.
That probably ranks up there in one of my favorites too.
Probably Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones and Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem. There's a couple. Woody Harrelson's in it.
So is Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin's in it. It's a good movie. It's a weird movie. It ends weird. If you haven't seen the movie, check it out. It is worth watching. There might be some other names in there that I'm not getting, but the point being is that it is a pretty good movie. If you get a chance to watch it,
Brutal film. I don't know, Muafrim, which film you're referring.
I think he's probably referring, because last time we were talking about that, we were talking about The Road.
Okay.
So,
both are brutal films. Both are brutal. So, I mean, honestly, but both are great films, excellent films. And Viggo Mortensen in The Road, fantastic. That's a really good movie. Again, another one-timer for me.
It's by Cormac McCarthy.
Cormac McCarthy.
Wrote The Road. I have not read the book. Do you have it?
I have the book.
I might want to read that.
Okay.
I've already seen the movie, though, and you know how it is with books and movies. Like, sometimes if you watch the movie, you're like, I've already seen the movie. It's kind of hard to get to the book. I like reading books beforehand.
Right.
Seeing what they missed, what they had to skip over in the movie and stuff like that.
Right.
So, did you guys watch True Detective? I don't know.
No.
That sounds familiar to me.
It's a TV series.
Oh, okay, then no.
No.
I'm sorry.
We don't actually watch a whole lot of TV.
I watch TV on Netflix.
I do watch some.
I am currently in season 14, because they just released season 14, I'm already more than halfway through it, of NCIS.
I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I do watch some on Netflix. My family, we've been following the three, Supergirl, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow.
And Arrow.
Arrow, 4. The kids don't watch Arrow because Arrow is quite a bit more brutal gritty than the other three.
Yeah.
I'm so I don't know. There was a recent episode of Legends that was kind of like, oh man, this is.
I need to watch Legends of Tomorrow. I've heard
you
so
know what?
many good things, and I have not
it's
watched
funny,
it yet.
we were just about. I hate when
He says True Detective is worth buying.
Okay, well,
duly noted.
duly noted.
Literally, I want to write it down.
Literally, I'm gonna write it
I
down.
don't know.
I was just talking about how Arrow and Flash kind of get into this, like, they kind of get sometimes a little angsty about having superpowers.
Yeah.
The thing I love about Legend of Tomorrow is they all love being who they are, and it makes it that much more fun. You know,
Yeah.
like, they enjoy that they're, time travelers, and that they're defending time, and that they have powers, and the times they get angsty is when they, like, if they momentarily lose their powers or something.
Yeah.
I actually love those series. I actually love those series, but
I'm surprised there's not a large franchise in Marvel TV shows yet.
Well, there is, though, and that's what we talked about. Like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., is now so directly tied to the...
That's true.
But
I'm thinking, like, there is a Supergirl a show. There's this Flash show. There's a Green Arrow show. It's about them specifically.
Except they make it, like, movie universe and TV universe, where Marvel is not... It's trying to attack everything.
Do you know what that somebody might be good at doing? Would be an X-Men show. New actors and everything.
Right.
Recycle, show... where there's new characters for each show that it focuses on, or something like that, because there's so many X-Men.
Yeah.
So,
and I've said before, I don't really care for the X-Men, but a lot of my favorite Marvel characters are X-Men.
Yeah.
Gambit, Rogue, Nightcrawler,
Wolverine,
Cyclops, or not Cyclops, Colossus.
Well, we talk about Rogue when we talk about female superheroes. I love Rogue. I love Storm too.
Not Cyclops, and I don't really care for Wolverine. I just think that he's
Wolverine's
so
been overplayed.
Now, the thing is, you didn't grow up in the 90s. In the 90s, Wolverine was the face of Marvel.
Really? Oh yeah, I've seen the comics and stuff where they're all like Wolverine.
Right? Yeah. And it's kind of changed now. I guess
we're making X-Men comic, but it's just a picture of Wolverine like doing this, and the next week it's like X-Men comic picture of Wolverine.
Yeah. Yes, we have seen Deadpool.
Yes, I saw it in theaters.
Very funny.
Very Deadpool.
Very Deadpool. Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting into when I watched it, and I was happy I saw what it was.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Another movie that's not.
I think I said this about what was the other
Suicide Squad.
Tropic Thunder.
Oh.
I think it kind of ran the same problem Tropic Thunder did. And I think it was just sometimes it was just winking at the audience a little too hard. It could have scaled back some of the
Well, they talk about, Deadpool is kind of the guy that breaks the third wall.
Well, he breaks the fourth wall a lot, but I'm just saying that it was maybe a little too self-referential. The video game Deadpool.
It looks really interesting. I remember when
they came out like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. Now, I've never actually seen the game played, but I did see when the game was being made, I saw the beta testing for it. I'm not kidding about that. I've never seen the gameplay. I do remember the beta testing for it.
The gameplay looked like it was mostly like hack and slash.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Now there's a new game, I think, and I think there's another new Deadpool game out. I think there is.
I have no
If
idea.
there is, I'm sorry. I think I might have seen stuff of that too, but I don't remember. So
I was happy when they had Marvel Ultimate Alliance and they had Deadpool in there. I was like, oh, okay, they got Deadpool. That's awesome.
that was a cool game.
That was
The
a cool
Marvel
game.
Ultimate Alliance.
I was stoked they had Ghost
Do you know
Rider.
what movie one character that we haven't seen a movie for that they could make a movie for? I think that would be really cool. Is Silver Surfer? He was in. Obviously, Fantastic Four #2. Was that 1 or 2? Like he was in.
2.
Those are 2. Yeah, he was in Fantastic
Rise
Four.
of Silver Surfer is what it was called.
Yeah. So
He looked amazing, but it's kind of hard to not make him look amazing. He's just a silver, like, Barbie doll dude.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, on a silver surfboard. So, like, if you can't get him right, then, like,
I
really...
would love to see an actual like dedicated Silver Surfer movie.
And Forrest Whitaker as the voice was perfect.
Yeah. I would also love to see a Martian Manhunter movie.
He's in
They-
Supergirl.
I know you said that.
He's
I haven't
super
seen
amazing
Supergirl
looking.
yet at all. That sounds really good. I do want to see a dedicated movie, just because I think back at one time they didn't have good enough technology to really make him look good with his transformations. Because transformations have always been weird in movies. They can't seem to decide how they want people to transform shapes in movies, in anything. Like, in the early Harry Potters, when you saw people... in the first Harry Potter, when you saw people transform in their animagus, you saw a shadow of it happen.
Yeah, right.
Now, in the second one, though, you saw Professor McGonagall jump as a cat and turn into Professor McGonagall.
Right.
So, I think it's just technology is caught up. I think it's so good now that I think they could perfectly, as long as the director's good, which means no Zack Snyder, yes to Kevin Smith.
Yes, to Kevin Smith. Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon, someone like that.
Speaking of which,
to
you know, they
do
pulled
a
the
Martian Manhunter
director off the Han Solo film, which I don't really care about the Han Solo film.
I
one way or
saw
another.
that. It was because of it was a casting issue, wasn't it?
No, I don't think they were happy with the direction he was taking. I honestly, I love Star Wars. I don't really care about the Han Solo film. I just don't care. Miles Davis is in it. He's playing Lando Calrissian. But I don't care. But you know who's taking it? You know who's taking it over? The director?
Joss Whedon.
No, Ron Howard.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that only raises my level of interest by a few notches, but only by a few notches.
So wait, who's playing Lando Calrissian?
I think Miles Davis is who they said.
Okay, Miles Davis.
Not Miles Davis. Miles.
That's why I looked it up. I was like, Miles Davis is
it's the trumpet player.
very
Yeah.
old. I want to look it up, see who it was. That's why. That's actually what I meant to look up is.
Miles. You'll find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Which is Han Solo film.
Not the old one. That's Billy.
The Billy D. Williams. Literally, Billy D. Williams is coming back.
It's Donald Glover. That's
Why did I
playing.
get Miles?
I don't know.
Okay,
I knew
Donald
it was
Glover,
Donald.
though.
I knew it. That's why I was so confused. I was like, "Who are you talking about?" And then after that, I was like, "Who is he talking about?" I'm like, "It is indeed." See, they say we need an Obi-Wan Solo films. Maybe before Episode 1, during his training, maybe they can convince.
I would like
Liam
kind
Neeson
of
to come back.
see like a little like side adventure with Obi-Wan between the
Either
universes.
between the two, the prequels and the new ones, or before the prequels.
Ewan McGregor's getting old enough now that you could kind of give him a little bit of
Salt and pepper.
yeah, like he's kind of in between. Like maybe he has to leave Tatooine for something. I would love to see that.
Goes and meets you.
To me,
meets up with
here's the
Yoda.
thing about the Han Solo film. I like the Han Solo's past is a little bit of a mystery. That kind of makes him
Now,
more
in
of
the
a
books,
character.
he had a history, but
yeah,
the
but
books are
even
no longer
then,
canon.
they only touch on like. I kind of like that his past is a mystery. That kind of adds to the
Do
character.
you know what I'm getting annoyed with, though, on people's online presence? A lot of people are saying, okay, so they're making a Han Solo and a Boba Fett anthology. They should make... What other anthologies should they make? And they keep asking, should they make a Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker anthology? I'm like, no!
There is one.
The first 6 movies are Darth Vader's anthology!
Yes.
Like, stop asking that stupid question. I thought you were a Star Wars fan. Stop. Now that we've seen him in Rogue One as well, we don't need any more of that.
Yeah.
And now you know, Darth Vader's probably going to show up in that Han Solo thing, even though Han Solo when he gets to that, when he first sees him, he's never seen him before, you know.
Right.
He is, you know, he's going to see him.
Right.
Because they're going to do that.
They'll probably when he rescued Chewbacca, and he'll probably do that whole like
With
how he meets
Kashyyyk
Chewbacca
and all
and Kashyyyk, and he's a slave and all that.
And you're like, oh my, you know what's going to happen. And it's going to make me mad because he didn't before, and you don't need to create more plot holes. We're smarter than this, people.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, that was a little bit of a rant.
It was a rant.
It was definitely a rant. Stop it! We're not making Darth Vader anthology movies. They already exist. That's it.
You could just say like 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3 are prior, and 4, 5, and 6 / 1, 2, 3 originals are the end. You have his literal whole arc. The only thing you'd be able to find prior to that is Anakin from birth to being taken in by the Jedis at like 12 years old.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, well, you know what's funny is, that's what Mark Hamill has been saying this whole time is like, yeah, guys, like, I know you love these films, but just understand that this whole franchise is about making money.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're going to be making... Well, and here's the thing. They bought Star Wars...
Well, the producers are there to make money. I think the people that are getting involved with the actors, actresses, and directors actually are wanting to do this. You know what I mean?
To some degree. At the end of the day, excuse me. At the end of the day, a lot of people are, in it for just the money. And, that's the thing. Disney bought this franchise for like $1.5 billion. They're gonna milk this dry.
They bought it for $1.5 billion. They made more than that in opening weekend.
Doesn't matter. They're gonna milk this. They're gonna milk this dry until
we're all gonna hate Star Wars by the end.
Probably, and then when the udder's empty, they're gonna then just sell it back. Probably sell it back to Fox. They'll probably sell it back to Fox for nothing. Is probably what they'll do, which is really sad to think about. This franchise is special. And for the reason it's special, it is a classic series.
We're gonna tell our grandchildren. Did you ever hear the story of the prequels and of the originals and prequels? We'll love the prequels by the end,
probably
because we'll all love the prequels. Now I already like the prequels because I grew up on them, but we will all love the prequels by the end.
Oh yeah, it does. As does it kind of all of them. I'm hoping though that
the prequels.
I'm hoping that they
with plot holes.
I am hoping.
Sorry.
Somebody said that the Force Awakens, the next movie, the one that's coming out here,
Last Jedi,
is going to.
By the way, if you have not seen, we have a video out called "Star Wars: Last Jedi" with Tom Wiseau. The
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. I'm sorry, the Force Awakens. No, it is the Last Jedi. It's the commercial for the Last Jedi.
No, it's the Force Awakens with Tommy Wiseau. They have a little Last Jedi in there, but it is the Force Awakens.
I thought it was. It doesn't matter. It's Star Wars with Tommy Wiseau.
It is
Tom. I'm sorry, because they have other pieces too. It is Star Wars with Tommy Wiseau, made by Pistol Shrimps. We do reactions to it. It's great. Go watch it after we're done here. So,
but somebody said that 8 will prove whether 7 is either stupid because it's just a retread, or if it's really genius, it pokes some holes in the series so they can thread it all together.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree with that. 8's going to prove whether 7 is bad or good.
Yes. Now, Anklesbane just mentioned that Mark Hamill did play the Joker in Batman the Animated Series.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
My favorite Joker, period.
I love it. I always said it would be awesome. Right now, we mentioned it before on the show, that it would be awesome to see a Batman movie where Batman plays an older version of Batman, and Mark Hamill actually plays the Joker.
We were like, okay, so if we're going to do like I said, Batman Beyond, who would you cast? And I said, okay, we'll bring back Mark Hamill as an old Joker.
An actual actor, not a voice actor.
Right. And then, and if you watch the Flash series, he plays the Trickster, and he's already pretty much playing a live-action Joker.
You can see it in his face. He's going to do that in Last Jedi, too. He's actually lost his mind.
So, there's also, we said, Clint Eastwood as old Bruce Wayne, but we didn't have an actor.
We said Clint Eastwood, or you said...
I said Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper. What gay Batman?
But I do like Clint Eastwood as an old Bruce Wayne. But it was who was going to play young Batman? Terry McGinnis.
I had the storyline in my mind too.
Maybe we'll have to
because there's somebody that's older than Batman, obviously, that lives with him.
Alfred.
Alfred's
probably dead by. Well, Alfred's dead by Batman Beyond.
Well, they don't need to know about that. This is a new arc.
Oh, okay.
Joker kills Alfred. and Batman comes out of being retired to end the Joker. Kevin Smith, you need to watch this.
I would say Batman Beyond. I'd say Clint Eastwood, Mark Hamill, and I still don't have an actor yet in my head. Somebody who can pass teenage, who can pass for a teenager.
The flashbacks.
For Terry McGinnis.
Oh, for
Batman
Terry
Beyond.
McGinnis. I'm sorry. I was lost in what you were talking about right now. We did talk about that. Who's going to be a young Batman?
I was trying to think of who was a good.
Who would be a good younger Batman in your mind?
Who would be a good Terry McGinnis? You know my pick for Batman now. Screw Ben Affleck. Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber. You can't help it. You would marry him.
I would marry Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber is one. He's a very sexy man.
Also,
two, he has a lot of money.
He says Mark Hamill voiced Wolverine in the game from 2004.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that. That's very interesting.
I did not know.
He did a lot of voice acting that people don't know about.
Yeah.
So, I think we're about out of time, though.
We are about out of time.
We actually...
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
My name is the Batman.
I am the Batman. He already has some Batman street creds. You know, he was in that terrible Batman film, but he was the best part of that because it's freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. So, yes, we are out of time. I'm sorry. So, we hope you liked our live stream today. No one commented on the movie we should do next, so we'll put that out.
Well, there was Outlaw Josie Wales.
Oh, yeah,
and there was.
I'm sorry, you did comment.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
So we'll look into those, and thank you very much for joining us today. All of our comments came from 3 people. What killed the dinosaurs, he says. I'm going to go with the asteroid theory.
There is a really terrible sequel to the Flintstones live-action film. And in the middle of this party, seeing this guy, stands up and he's like, everybody! I've poisoned the dinosaurs. He's like, it's going to take them millions of years to die off. And nobody listens to him. He's like, no, I'm serious, but nobody listens to him. And it's like, why did we not get a movie about that guy? Because, what's your motivation? I don't know. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I thought he was talking about the frickin'... I thought he was trying to reference a question from... I thought he was trying to give up on a topic. So, okay.
No, instead we were just complete dumbasses and just went right for what did kill the dinosaurs? Let's posit our theories.
Okay.
Let's talk about a terrible Flintstones sequel.
Okay, so we are out of time. So this is live stream, by the way. So until next time, I'm Eli.
I'm Joshua.
And
this is Livestream. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.